Ho, ho. I don't know why I did that so seriously at the end. I don't know why I made that ho 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 so dramatic, but anyway, welcome, Merry Christmas Eve to Week 16 recap and Week 17 prediction and playoff picture looking the episode, the Christmas Eve episode. Ho ho ho. So let's get this over with because honestly, I got no fucking sleep last night. For whatever reason, when I know I have off the next day of work, my body says "fuck you," you're not sleeping, and I hate it. Even with fucking like melatonin in my system, it's like, yeah, no, you're staying up late. Why? I don't fucking know. Anyway, so we saw. So let's recap Week 16. Let's start with the Thursday game. Chargers. I picked the Broncos to win, but the Chargers came back. They were down and they came back to win with something happening that we haven't seen in a very long time. It feels like a free kick from the LA The LA Chargers got a free kick because of the Broncos making stupid penalties. They got a penalty at the end of the half, and I guess that allowed them to move the ball up, allowing Cameron Dicker to be in field goal range, just to give him a free kick. Like, I'm I've never really heard of that rule before, and I'm still kind of confused on how that goes, but that kind of shifted the game for the Chargers. And honestly, I wouldn't say the Chargers are a threat to like win the Super Bowl this year, but I'll talk about it in a little bit. If they play this, if the Steelers still somehow win their division, I think they will have a harder time. I think they'll have a pretty good chance of beating the Steelers because the first time they played, it was a close game, and it was only 20-10 because Justin Herbert got hurt. Who knows if Herbert plays the game fully healthy, they might beat the Steelers. They might beat the Steelers. Meanwhile, the Broncos, like I said, they just committed a lot of stupid fucking penalties. They should have won. They should have won that game. They were dominating the game early, and they took their foot off the gas. They committed a lot of stupid fucking penalties. Like I said 3 times already. Yeah, I mean Denver's still in position to make the playoffs. If they beat whoever they play next week, if they beat them, they're a win. It's a win and in situation for Denver. Now for the Saturday games, which I love. I love NFL football on Saturdays. I feel like I'm probably the only person who says that, but it is what it is. Are we really surprised the Chiefs won? Like, are we really surprised that Mahomes seems like people say, Mahomes is just faking his injuries. I mean, the way that it looks like every time he plays with a high ankle sprain, it looks like he's faking it. Like, even though reports said he was fine throughout the week, and I don't know, dude. Like, it's just this fucking Chiefs team, dude. Oh, dude, it's just inevitable at this point. It's just going to happen. I don't want to see the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and I know I'm an Eagles fan saying that. I don't want to see them three-peat. I want to see my Eagles win, but there were a lot of questionable calls against the Texans that a lot of people say, "Oh, the NFL's rigged for the Chiefs." Like the Chiefs are the NFL's darlings. Patrick Mahomes, the NFL darling right now, and it's really hard to not say that when there are a lot of questionable penalties against the Texans. Very questionable holding calls, very questionable PI calls. Fucking, I mean, I was gonna say that the the fumble by Mahomes, but that wasn't really a fumble. Like I have to look at it. It was definitely a forward pass. Like he definitely had the control of the ball. It was going forward. It was definitely a tuck rule thing. Like I know, but I just I can't really complain about that one. But the rest of them, you gotta have a little question about it. Like it makes me put the conspiracy tinfoil hat on a little bit. But anyway, yeah, Chiefs are once they beat whoever they beat. Like they're playing the Steelers. We all know what's gonna happen. They're gonna beat Pittsburgh somehow. And when they do, they're going to clinch the 1 seed, and they're not going to rest anybody. And they're going to rest everybody. And speaking of the Steelers, they lost to the Ravens. They got their asses kicked by the Ravens, which is a little surprising because I thought the Steelers were going to win on the road to clinch the division. But you don't help yourself out when Russell Wilson throws a pick six and he fucking runs with the football. He has pulls off a great run, but then fumbles it at the end. So those are the two biggest mistakes that he made. That If he didn't make those mistakes, the Steelers definitely had a better chance to win the game because that gave them 14 points. They were taking away 14 points from the Ravens, and now the Ravens are alive to win the division. They can have the number 3 seed, I believe. Yeah, because they would both these teams have 5 wins right now, and they're in better position to get the 3 seed rather than the 4 seed. So, but the Ravens have now clinched. The Ravens are in the playoffs no matter what. So no matter what happens, the Ravens will be in the playoffs. So as we all suspected, and Lamar, for now, this at least for this game, Lamar took the monkey off his back and beat the Steelers, one of the teams he has struggles against. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. And now for the Sunday slate of games. Falcons crush the Giants. Are we surprised? Fuck no. Michael Penix Jr. didn't play. He played a good game. Like, he wasn't spectacular, but he did enough just to win the game. He leaned on what's his fucking name? Robinson. Yeah, he leaned on Robinson. He leaned on Drake London. He leaned on his playmakers, except for Kyle fucking Pitts, who's on my goddamn fantasy team. He hasn't done a goddamn thing for me all year. I sit him like twice, and he goes off. I'm like, doesn't matter. I lost that game. I lost the fantasy game. The best thing I can do now is just win the money back that I used to buy in the league, but that's done enough with. But what's shocking is that the defense played well. I mean, not really because the Giants fucking suck, but still. Because Atlanta Falcons and defense don't mix well together. Like, that's just historically, with the exception of like a couple years under Dan Quinn when he was the head coach of the Falcons. Like Atlanta's defense is historically has never really been that great. So it was crazy to see the Falcons defense go off this game. So as of right now, they lead the NFC South, and they play the Commanders next week. And I still think the Bucks are still in a better position, but we'll talk about the Bucks later. We'll talk about the NFC South a little bit. We'll talk about division leaders right now. We'll get just finish up these games. Cardinals lose to the Carolina Panthers in an upset. The Cardinals still had a chance to win the NFC West. They still have the improbable chance of winning if they beat the Carolina Panthers, but that did not happen. I didn't get to see the whole game, so I'm not sure exactly how or why they lost. Like, all I know is that James Conner had a pretty solid day until he got hurt. So yeah, the Panthers they're building for the future. So I forget who his. I know he used to be the Bucks offensive coordinator, Dave something Cali. I forget what his fucking name is. But the Panthers coach right now, he's building a repertoire. He's building something. I know they didn't have it in the beginning of the year, but definitely like these past. Ever since Bryce Young came back from the benching, they're definitely starting to build a little something special, and that's what you need going into the next year. Like the Panthers need just better players all around, better wide receivers, better offensive line, better defensive players, probably a new defensive coordinator. So yeah, they're just the Panthers. They're building. Like they're still in the rebuilding phase, and they're gonna be rebuilding for a couple of years. And it's gonna be hard for the Panthers to do that because the Carolina is not really a destination right now, and it sucks that it's not. But anyway, so Detroit whoops the Bears' ass. Are we really surprised? No, but that crazy ass trick play of Jared Goff pretends to stumble and Jahmyr Gibbs pretends to fumble the football and throws a touchdown to fucking Laporta. That was the highlight of the game. So it looks like at this point, Detroit is going to clinch the number 1 seed. They're going to beat whoever they. So they play San Fran. They're probably going to beat them next week, and the Bears are just the Bears are just fucking up. It doesn't matter who. I don't think it matters who their coach is going to be next year. It's still going to be a shit show no matter what. Anyway, Colts beat the Titans 30-30, and like I said, I didn't get a chance to see this game. I did not get a chance to watch really any of the 1 o'clock games because I'm focused on my Eagles and Commanders game. But we'll talk about that in a second. But the Colts keep their very slim playoff chances alive. And Titans, Titans are just Titan. They're not playing great. They're not playing great football this year. Rams beat the Jets 19-9. Are we shocked? No. But I think the score, I'm shocked by the score. That's so goddamn low. I expect the Rams to score a little bit more points, but the Jets are okay. But actually, not the Jets aren't okay. The Jets are a fucking shit show. I don't know why I just lied to everyone, said the Jets are okay. They're not okay. They're a fucking shit show. Like, I don't know if y'all see the report from I forget what it was. It was the Athletic. The Athletic report saying that a 17-year-old kid denied a trade from Jerry Jeudy because he didn't want Woody Johnson denied a trade for Jerry Jeudy because of his 17-year-old son saying, "Oh, his Madden reign sucks." Like, and just the whole shit show. Like his 17-year-old kid, like basically trying to run the New York Jets. It's even crazy. Like, it doesn't matter how you report this. Like, no one really denied anything, which is a bad sign. But even if it was like a made-up story, it's still a bad fucking sign. No matter what. Like the Jets, Woody Johnson doesn't win. The Jets don't fucking win. Aaron Rodgers doesn't fucking win. No one wins in this scenario. Like, Aaron Rodgers is taking a lot of fucking shit for being the Jets quarterback. And listen, on the field wise, he absolutely deserves it. He has not played like he has not been the difference benefactor that Aaron Rodgers should be for a football team like the Jets. I mean, but if you believe the reports that the Jets basically cater to Aaron Rodgers and he gets what he wants, it's definitely Aaron Rodgers' fault. And I'm not sure. Like, listen, I'm not in the locker room. I know a lot of people say that, Aaron Rodgers is the reason why the Jets suck. I mean, that's part of the reason. Like, he's not the full reason. Because there are a lot of Aaron Rodgers haters out there, and some of it, like on his field, absolutely deserves to be hated on. When it comes to the whole basically controlling the front office, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't have those reports. I don't know whether it's true or not that he's basically saying, "Oh, give me this player, give me that player." Da da da. I don't know, but you can't blame Aaron Rodgers for the bad ownership of the Jets. Like the Jets have been mostly a bad team ever since Woody Johnson bought it in like 2000. So, and they've been in the AFC Championship twice, and they haven't won a playoff game since 2010, since Rex Ryan was the head coach. Maybe they should hire back Rex Ryan and just let him run the fucking show, and whoever they get as a GM, let those two run the fucking show. But we all know that's not going to happen. Anyway, where the fuck do I begin with my Eagles losing to Commanders? But you know what? But first off, before I go off my rant, congratulations on winning your Super Bowl, Washington. Because this is the biggest win you'll get this year. Because when we win next week, when we beat the Cowboys next week, win the division, and rest everyone and have the number 2 seed, and you come into Philadelphia, we're whooping that ass. I'm letting you know right now, we are whooping that ass when it comes to the playoffs. I don't care what y'all say, you're not winning in Philadelphia. And yes, I will acknowledge, Jane Daniels is a great quarterback. He's going to be a fucking problem for years to come. It's going to be a Philadelphia and Washington battle for the next decade or so. It's going to be it's going to be insane. The battles will be really, really good. Anyway, so props to the Commanders aside for winning that game, winning their Super Bowl. A lot of fucking bullshit was going on during this game, especially from those goddamn stripes. C.J. Gardner-Johnson got ejected for 2 personal foul penalties, which nobody even knows what the fuck he did. How do you get a personal foul penalty when the fucking player hits you in the fucking face? Please explain that to me like I'm 5 years old. What the fuck did he say to this player that made the ref say, "Oh, no, he did his response was reasonable. You said some wild fucking shit." I want to know what CJ said. And more importantly, what was the second personal foul? What the fuck did he do then? That's what I want to know. And Jalen Hurts got hurt in the first fucking quarter. No fucking penalty flag was thrown. It was either Bobby Wagner or Frankie Louvu, one of those two guys, literally hit him in the head. No flag was fucking thrown. I thought the league was about protecting the goddamn quarterback, but nope, not when it's the Philadelphia quarterback, apparently. Because same thing happened in 2020 in the playoffs. Carson Wentz slides, Hit in the fucking head by Javion Clowney. No fucking flag, no fucking nothing. He's concussion protocol. He's out of the game. Jalen, we all thought Jalen Hurts was okay. He was literally, he said, thumbs up. He was literally doing this to the ref and said, I'm okay. I'm good. Let me back in the game. Ref said, no, fuck you. Get on the sideline. And now the whole neurologist bullshit said, fuck you. You're staying out of the game. And even so, Saquon got 109 yards in the first quarter. It's unfortunate he couldn't get more, that Saquon couldn't carry us to the victory. And yes, Saquon dropped a pass. Devontae Smith dropped a pass that most likely would have won us the game. And it's just crazy how a defense can get 5 fucking turnovers and not win the game. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, just, like, I'm mad that we lost, but at the same time, like, I know if Jalen Hurts plays the entire game, we win the game. And I know that there's a lot of dumbass bullshit penalties that happen with the refs. A lot of missed calls, a lot of bullshit, especially on Jalen Carter. The one fucking flag, like, right after basically he, like, ran over a play after a quarterback threw the ball, and fucking he got flag thrown. Like, Jalen Carter is starting to become Ndamukong Suh. He's starting to become, like, the next Ndamukong Suh in the way that he's just getting flagged for having a bad reputation, and it's starting to piss me off. But I digress. We're going to beat Dallas next week. That's all that fucking matters. We're going to kick their ass. We're going to win the division, and we're not going to play anyone week 18, and we're still going to be the Giants. Anyway, Bengals beat the Browns to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's the first time I think it's the first time the Bengals have swept the Browns in, like, years. I couldn't tell you how long, but long time since Cincinnati swept Cleveland. So good on Cincinnati, good on Joe Burrow, good on Jamar Chase and all them boys. Defense actually stepped up, even though the Browns' offense sucks right now with Dorian Thompson-Robinson play quarterback. Vikings beat the Seahawks to no one's surprise. Seahawks are still in the race for the NFC West. They basically need, I don't know, they basically need to win the next 2 games. Let me think. Rams are what, 9-6? Yeah. So I think the Seahawks have to win out. They have to be 10-7, and the Rams have to. I think the Rams have to lose to the Cardinals. I don't know if the Rams can win. I don't know what happens if the Rams beat the Cardinals and the Rams lose to the Seahawks. I don't know if the Seahawks win the division. I don't know what happens there, but we'll figure that out once that gets closer. Bills barely beat the Patriots 24-21, which sucks for me because Josh Allen did not have a good game. I was kind of depending on Josh Allen too much to win my league, but the one week he doesn't do that great, and the one week Jared Goff, a week where Jared Goff goes off, I should start Jared Goff, but that's on me. Anyway, not much to say about that game. Bills are basically have the 2 seats secured. Raiders beat the Jags in a meaningless game. It kicks the Raiders out of the top 2 pick for a quarterback. They drops them up to, what, 6, 7? I mean, we'll see. Again, meaningless game. I don't know if Antonio Pierce keeps his job. I don't know if Aiden O'Connell keeps his job. He probably doesn't. Anyway, Dolphins keep their playoff hopes alive by beating the 49ers 29-17. 49ers and Cowboys were both automatically eliminated when the Commanders won, so it doesn't really matter. Niners aren't playing for anything this year. They're playing for pride, playing for jobs. Cowboys beat the Bucs in a surprisingly somewhat good game. It was boring the first half, but second half picked up. Cowboys are looking a lot better playing wise. They decided to step their shit up at the end of the year. I mean, now it raises the most intriguing thing about the Cowboys now is, does Mike McCarthy get another contract? Does he get another job? And if I'm Mike McCarthy, I don't know if I want to stay in Dallas. Like, I know there's only 32 head coaching jobs, but I don't know if I want to stay for Dallas because Jerry Jones does not give you a contract at the beginning of the year. It's a lame duck year for you. And there are a couple other head coaching opportunities you definitely can take because you will get interviews no matter what happens. Mike McCarthy is a good head football coach. He will get another job if he doesn't stay with Dallas. So, I mean, it seems like the players want McCarthy back. So, who really knows what's going on? And for the Bucs, it means they they have temporarily lost the NFC South lead. I say that because the next 2 weeks for Tampa Bay are going to be a lot easier. For the Bucks have a better chance of winning the division than Atlanta does because their next opponents are the Panthers and the Saints. Yes, the Panthers are playing better, and although they beat Carolina in overtime, the Bucks are still a good football team, and the Saints are not. Speaking of the Saints, shut up by Green Bay. Not much else to say. Saints ain't playing for shit. Green Bay clinched the playoff spot. What else more can I say? Nothing else about this game. Anyway, so now let's predict Week 17, the Christmas Day games, which I'm hoping I'm watching because I don't know, but my sister's not a big football fan. It's at her house. I honestly have no idea if she has Netflix. Probably not. So I'll probably be missing these 2 games most likely. But Chiefs at Steelers. I mean, Chiefs. There's no other way. There's going to be some dumbass black voodoo shit that somehow Kansas City's going to win this game. Even though the Steelers are at home. Ravens at oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm out. My headspace is out of it. I didn't get good sleep last night. Anyway, Ravens at Texans. Texans are a good team, but I think the Ravens are on a hot streak right now. And I think Ravens come in and they beat Houston. Seahawks at Bears. Seattle wins this game because they need it more. They need to win the NFC West in order to make the playoffs. Slate of Saturday games: Chargers at Patriots. LA Chargers are going to beat the Patriots. And now this middle game is the most interesting game of them all. Broncos at Bengals, because the Broncos, they need to win one of these next 2 games in order to clinch a playoff spot. The Bengals still have slim playoff hopes alive. They're one of the other 3 teams. They're one of the other 3 7-8 teams who have a chance to make the playoffs. Winning this game definitely helps them out. So I think it really depends on what happens if the Bengals win and the Chiefs win. The Bengals are most likely going to be eliminated because the Broncos are just going to run all over the Chiefs and get in the playoffs. Chiefs are going to rest their starters for that week. So anyway, but in this event, I trust the Broncos, even though, oh my God, I can't talk today. Even though the Cincinnati Bengals offense is one of the best offenses in the league, their defense can't stop anything. So I'm picking the Denver Broncos to win this game and clinch a playoff spot, eliminating the 3 other teams. Cardinals at Rams. The Cardinals have nothing to play for, but the only thing they really can play for is just be a spoiler for the Rams. But I think the Rams are too good. They're a lot better since their first time meeting up, getting their asses kicked 41-10. Rams have a better offensive line, better offensive weapons, and and they're actually healthy. So Rams gonna win. Now for the Sunday slate of games: Colts at Giants. Colts handedly. Colts still have somewhat of a shot. Like I said, Colts still have somewhat of a shot to make the playoffs. The only thing is that they're eliminated by the Broncos winning. I mean, they're still gonna win no matter what because the Giants just flat out suck. Jets at Bills. Bills are at home. I'm picking the Bills at home. Titans at Jags. A meaningless game. I think Jags are going to win. I don't know. That doesn't really matter because both these teams suck. Raiders at Saints. Again, another meaningless game. Fucking I'm going to pick the Saints just because they're at home. Panthers at Bucks. Bucks are going to win because they're the better team and they're at home. They still have a chance to win the NFC South. And now, honestly, thank God our game got flexed out of the 4 o'clock spot. But so Cowboys at Eagles. Like I said before, although Dallas did play really well against the Bucks, I'm still picking the Eagles to win, clinching our division, because we have better players, better roster. The offense still isn't that good. I think our defense will still carry us to winning this game, even if Jalen Hurts doesn't play, because we don't know what his injury status is going to be right now. And I think Kenny Pickett will do well enough to win the game for us. Dolphins at Browns. Dolphins still have something to fight for. And now the most interesting game of the week. Well, the 2 late games are the most interesting games. Packers at Vikings. There's still a very, very slim shot the Eagles get the number 1 seed. And one of those is that Green Bay has to beat Minnesota. Can they do it? They absolutely can. They're playing great football right now, but so is Minnesota. These two teams are playing really great football, and this is a coin flip of a game. It all depends on who you trust more. And right now, I'm trusting the Vikings more. I'm trusting, especially because they're at home, and they can still win the NFC North, win the number one seed. So I'm picking the Vikings only because they're at home. I wouldn't be shocked if the Packers won on the road. Plus, the Packers haven't beaten any of the four winning teams. They lost to the Lions twice, lost to the Eagles, and lost to the Vikings the first time. So I wouldn't be shocked if they lose to the Vikings again. Sunday night, Atlanta at Washington. Michael Penix Jr.'s second game. This is basically for the NFC South, and this is why I say Tampa Bay has a better chance of winning the division because the Commanders are a much better football team, and I'm gonna pick the Commanders over the Falcons. And last but not least, Monday night game, Detroit at San Fran. San Fran's got nothing to play for. The only thing that San Fran can play is spoiler, and I think they will play spoiler. Actually, no, I won't. They will. The only thing they can do is play spoiler. But I think Detroit's still going to win no matter what. Even with all their interesting defense, the 49ers offense hasn't really functioned that well. So this is the Christmas season episode. Ho, ho, ho. Enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy time with your loved ones. Enjoy watching football. Enjoy watching your Christmas movies. Enjoy whatever you're doing. And if you're Jewish, enjoy your Chinese restaurants. Enjoy the movie theater. Peace out.